Average people will stay average for the most part. It's not that hard to get much better than everybody else. You just got to be one to put the work in when no one else will.
Hey, this is Blake Sloan. I've been selling real estate over 14 years. Our team of highly trained professionals, along with our unmatched marketing, has sold thousands of homes here in the Myrtle Beach area, and this is how we do it.
Become obsessed with building you. Because it drives me crazy too. I'm like, look, man, we got all these leads, spending, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. We got all these scripts, all these presentations, all this shit that's in place. Inside sales, outside sales. But it comes down to what? Always down to how do I have you obsessed with building you? And that was really the aha I had. Is like, dude, how do I help? I don't even know a clear way to articulate that to you guys. I wish I did. I wish I'd come here and like yell and scream and flip some desks over and maybe something happened. But you got to make a decision on the inside. That this is my year. I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity of having a super hot market. I know it's competitive, but the only way I'm going to win is I'm going to be obsessed with building me. Is it easy? No. Right? Just like the same thing. I got to be able to do the basic shit over and over and over. The Jordan Belfort over and over and over. Why? Because if I do it enough, what happens, Brandon?
You believe in yourself and consistent work.
You believe in yourself and you change. And all of a sudden that change you do brings you the result that you need, that you pray for, that you want for. But people come here and they'll work 8 hours a day, do the same over and over and over and over, go home, watch some sports or some NCAA, and they spend more time worried about a bracket on TV than the bracket in their own life, than the bracket to feed their kids. They know every stat about whoever's on basketball or whatever it is, but they don't know everything about the inventory in the marketplace right now. Think about that. Right? And so that's something that I think that you guys got to really dig on today. And why that's so important is like, where am I got to be obsessed? And here's the thing. It's hard sometimes because you can't see the inside of you a lot of times. And the first way I do that is I got to be willing to do what? Got to be willing to question. Question my story. Question what I believe is true. Question about, really, it has to do with question and ownership. Because it's a lot easier to blame it on leads. It's a lot easier to get mad at me when I reassign the lead to somebody. But ultimately, what was the true equation? It was me and the execution. So I could teach you guys some really cool shit over and over, but it doesn't mean anything. It'll be the same scenario as last week. Teach some cool shit, 2 people do it. But I want you guys to really take today and say, look, here's the deal. I'm tired of doing the same thing over and over and over and not getting the result I want. And so for that to change, there's one common denominator, which is right here. It's you, it's you, it's you. And just be obsessed with that right now because that's what's going to make or break. One of those right here is knowing the inventory. If I can't know that in a Tuesday meeting, how am I going to be able to tell my clients that? Why is that important to tell my clients the inventory?
Creates urgency.
Nope.
It shows you as an expert. Yeah.
Bigger than that right now. Which those are both true. But why is it I'm talking about bigger stakes?
Make sure their offer is accepted.
Yeah, the number one most important metric in 2021 is what? Offers written to offers accepted. What's the most important piece of data to get that number up? Inventory. There's 67% less houses than there was the same time last year. Look at this chart right here, Mr. Smith. Mrs. Smith, here's how we're going to get an offer accepted. Here's our strategy to get accepted. Are you guys with me on this? It goes back to this right here. Execution, execution, execution. All these minor details. That's what separates the elite from the average. And so it always comes down to what? Me on the inside, me on the inside, me on the inside. I've got to be obsessed with looking internally and do one. Oh my. What does that mean? I'm not in a victim mentality. I'm not victim about anything. I got to be willing to own it because I'm the only person that can change my outcome. Now, if there's something done wrong, whatever it is, you can address that. Come to me and say, hey, man, am I doing something wrong here? Whatever it is. But you got to be willing to constantly catch yourself because you don't catch it before anybody else does. That's the key part there. Number 2, this is important. Notice this before over and over. What's the rule number 1 that we live by here? Huh? Live by code. Live by code, live by code, live by code. Live by code equals what? Number 1, real. What's that mean?
You ruined yourself.
SFL. What does that mean? Stop line. Right? I got to be 100% honest with myself at all times. No matter how painful it is, no matter how difficult it is, right? The problem most people in life is they're a liar. Period. Everybody in here, we all been at that point. How I have power in life is I stop lying about everything. That's how I create a difference in the matrix and watch all of you around me crumble while I stick by what's right and what's wrong all the time. And that's how I have power to influence my clients because I know I don't have anything to hide. Anytime I know I catch myself not living by this code, what happens to my certainty? Goes down every single time. Even subconsciously, when I don't even notice it, it's going down. So I've got to live by this code. Stop lying. Period. On anything. Say, make my dials. Right? Call accountability, I make it. Whatever it is. And everyone in here is guilty of this at some point. And so to have the highest level of success, the most elite, is they're 100% honorable to their word and they're 100% accountable to their results. That's the hardest part because I want to get off that phone call and pretend that is what? The lead. The lead's the problem. They weren't a good lead. That appointment I got wasn't a good appointment. It wasn't closable. Appointment that Joe gave me wasn't that good. Appointment that Holly gave me wasn't that good. But in reality, guess what happened? We had someone who came through a funnel who either called in or emailed in, and they spoke to somebody like Joe who said, hey, look, I want to sell my house. I'm willing to meet with you at 3 o'clock on Tuesday. So if I show up at 3 o'clock on Tuesday and they don't sign, who the f*** owns that? I do. It's not the seller's fault. It's not the buyer's fault. I own that. And it's not so I'm obsessed with that I'm going to have the highest level of success in business. You guys with me on this? Can you feel that? It's important. Because this is the year that it matters more than ever. Conversion's down. It's not the market. It's not anything else. It's you. There's going to be a longer process of how we're able to push through this because you guys got to be obsessed with getting better right now. Why is that? The market's getting better. Right? People around you are getting better. Your competition's getting better. There's more people getting the business. And so I got to be able to separate myself from the average. The good news is average people will stay average for the most part. It's not that hard to get much better than everybody else. You just got to be one to put the work in when no one else will.